Hare Krishna. So, one day Krishna saw some big arrangements are being made. Everyone is extremely busy, collecting all kinds of paraphernalia, food grains, preparations of different types of prasadam, flower arrangements, and so all kinds of things are going on. Krishna was only 7 years old at that time. So Krishna asked Nanda Maharaj, his father, "My father, what's happening? Why are you all so busy?" Nanda Maharaj at first didn't want to reply because he knew that against one question this boy will have thousands of questions. So he told Krishna, "I'm so busy today, please not now. Speak to you some other time." Then Krishna said, "Look, if you don't give me the knowledge, I'll remain in ignorance. So as my father, it's your duty to enlighten me." So Nanda Maharaj said, "Krishna, we are arranging for Indra Puja. We are arranging to worship Indra." So Krishna asked, "Why do you want to worship Indra?" Nanda Maharaj thought, now it started. So he said, "Because we are cowherd people, we are Vaishyas, our business is to take care of the cows and produce food grains, and for that we need rain, and Indra gives the rain. And it's by the mercy of Indra that one gets rain." So Krishna asked, "Does it rain only because Indra gives it? And you worship Indra?" He said, "Yes, that's the tradition that's going on since long time. Every year on this particular occasion, on this particular day, we all go to Indra Puja." So Krishna asked, is this a local tradition or a scriptural tradition? Nanda Maharaj thought for a while, said, I think we are doing it since time immemorial. It's our tradition that is going on. And most certainly, I don't know whether there is any scriptural injunction on that. So Krishna said, "Does it rain only because Indra is pleased with your worship?" Nanda Maharaj said, "Yes, that is the understanding." So Krishna said, in the middle of the ocean, no one worships Indra. Nor do they need rain in the middle of the ocean. But still, why does it rain in the middle of the ocean? So Nanda Maharaj got stuck. So Krishna said, "Look, we are cowherd people. What we need is green grass, soft grass, and fountain water for the cows to drink when we graze them. And all that we need is being supplied by this Giriraj, Govardhan. So instead of being grateful to Indra, we should be grateful to Govardhan. So let's worship Govardhan." So although Krishna was a little child, but whatever Krishna said, everyone accepted. So Nanda Maharaj thought about it and he asked other elderly cowherd people, "This is what Krishna is saying, what do you think?" He said, "Yeah, that's the right idea. We are not grateful to Indra, we are actually thankful to Govardhan, because whatever we need is Govardhan that is supplying." So then he said, Krishna said that we should use all this paraphernalia, all these articles that we have collected for Indra Puja, we should use that for Govardhan Puja. They say, yeah, let's do that. So everyone then turned the whole arrangement towards Govardhan. And they offered thousands of different preparations, huge quantity. Now it's being offered to Govardhan. They made a mountain of foodstuff called Annakut, the mountain of food. First they put the banana leaves, then on top of banana leaves they put the chapatis, stacks of chapatis, then rice, then puri, sabji, halwa, sweets. And they made a huge mountain of prasad, bhoga, and then they were pouring ghee from there as if through the mountain there's a stream of ghee flowing. And they offered it to Govardhan. And all of a sudden everyone saw that one Krishna is standing here and another huge Krishna, the Govardhan, became Krishna. A huge Krishna is sitting there, his head is practically touching the sky, and he is taking this prasad with his large hands and putting it in his mouth. And he is eating them, and with his left hand he is walking at Indra. So, in the meantime, it occurred to Indra, he was all decked up and all, getting ready to receive worship. And he found no worship. And he saw that instead of him, they are worshipping this mountain. And that also, this 7-year-old boy's instruction, and they just started to defy him and worshipping Govardhan. And Indra felt that these people, they need some correction. And he was so angry, he immediately called the clouds of devastation, Samvartak, and other clouds, and said, go immediately along with storm and hailstorm, wind, and I'll also come with the showering thunders. We go and destroy this Govardhan, destroy Vrindavan and all the residents. So in the meantime, the residents saw, they worshipped Govardhan, then they fed the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, and then they fed the women, and then the children, and the elderly ones, and then they took prasad. After eating prasad, they circumambulated Govardhan. And then all of a sudden they saw this huge cloud coming from northeast direction. The sky became completely dark. And in no time this cloud just appeared and started to shower rain, along with hailstones and thunder. So all the residents of Vrindavan became very, very worried, very afraid, and they started to cry, Krishna, on your words we worship Govardhan, and see Indra became angry. Now it seems that he is going to destroy all of us. So please save us, Krishna. We simply depend upon you. Then Krishna said, don't worry. I am here, why fear? And then Krishna just uprooted Govardhan hill. And with his left hand he lifted it and placed it on the little finger of his left hand. And he held Govardhan as an umbrella. And he said, come under this mountain. And everyone, to their great amazement, they found that there was a beautiful staircase leading down. And for the animals, there was a ramp. And then they came at the bottom of the thing and they found it looks like a big palace. Inside of a palace, studded with all kinds of gems, with pillars, and the walls are made of all kinds of precious gems. So they took shelter under that yellow Govardhan. In the meantime, Indra sent lightning. See what's the condition of Vrindavan. So in a flash, lightning came and went back. So not a soul survived in Vrindavan. Everyone is dead. So Indra said, very good. Long live. I bless you. And then the wind came and said, no sir, Indra. Not a single soul died. Not a single soul died. Everyone took shelter under this hill, under the mountain. And most probably eating all the stuff that was offered to you, this mountain became so strong that it started to fly in the sky. And all the residents of Vrindavan has taken shelter under the mountain. So Indra said, there used to be a mountain called Mainak that used to fly. But I cut its wings with my thunder. And since then, Mainak cannot fly. Is it that Mainak developed his wings again and started to fly? Anyway, I'll take care. And saying that, Indra started to shower, strike the mountain with the thunder. But nothing happened to the mountain because Krishna was holding it. So now Indra is surprised. Even thunder cannot do anything to the mountain. For 7 days Indra incessantly showered rain and continuously struck the mountain with thunder, but nothing happened. So then Indra went to his guru, Brihaspati. Look what happened. Some strange thing is happening. And he narrated the whole incident. Brihaspati said, Indra, you made a major mistake. You don't know who this boy is. He is your Lord and Master Narayan. And you behaved with him like that. Don't you know that his devotees are most dear to him? He considers his devotees to be even more dear than himself. And you tried to destroy his devotees? Indra, better you watch out. You are finished. Then Indra started to shake with fear. What shall I do? What shall I do? I have offended my Lord and Master. So Brihaspati said, go and beg forgiveness. So Indra was saying, can I go like that to him? He must be so angry with me. Who knows what he will do when I approach him. Then Brihaspati said, you take shelter of Surabhi. Surabhi is very dear to Krishna. And just by seeing Surabhi, Krishna's anger will subside. And then you beg forgiveness. So Indra approached Surabhi and told her everything. Surabhi said, fine, come, let's go. After all, I'll get to see my Lord and Master. So Indra holding onto the tail of Surabhi, hiding behind her. He approached, Surabhi approached Indra. And Surabhi approached Krishna, and Surabhi bathed Krishna with milk from her. And then Krishna's anger subsided, then Indra came out and begged forgiveness. Sincerely said, please forgive me. I don't know why do I get all this inconceivably puffed up ideas. And I think I'm Indra, I'm so great, and everybody should worship me. I become so envious that I become even envious of your worship. I even question your arrangement. So in this way, Indra very, very sincerely repented for his act, and then Krishna forgave him and told him that don't make this mistake again. And Indra held his ears and said, oh, never. Promise that I'll never make such a mistake. So that is how Krishna established the worship of Giriraj. And he showed everybody that Giriraj is not different from himself. And therefore Krishna got the name Giridhari, the holder of Giriraj Govardhan. Krishna killed many demons. Balaram killed 2 demons, Dhenukasura and Pralambasura. Dhenukasura is the ass demon, donkey. What the donkeys are famous for? Donkeys are famous for their stupidity. And there was a demon called donkey demon, Dhenukasura. One day, while the cowherd boys were grazing the cows, tending the cows, they felt very hungry. And they told Krishna, Krishna, we want to eat something, we're feeling very hungry. And some said, close by there is this tal forest. So let's go there and eat the tal. Some other boys said, no, don't go there. Because this terrible demon Dhenukasura is there, and whoever goes there, he kills him. So please don't go there. And Balaram said, who is that Dhenukasura? Ass demon. Let's go and take care of that ass. So everyone said, yeah, let's go. Jai Balaram. And so they all went to the forest of tal fruits. And this Dhenukasura was guarding the tal forest. And these tal trees were full of tal fruits, and they were all ripe and they were falling, but he didn't allow anybody to eat them. So Balaram just went there. And he got hold of one tal tree. How many of you have seen a tal tree? Okay, how many of you haven't seen a tal tree? Okay. Tal tree is like a palm, it's a kind of a palm tree. It's very strong and it grows quite tall. And the fruits are like purple colored and very fragrant. Big fruits. And so Balaram started to shake the tal tree and all the tal fruits started to fall. So this way he was shaking one after another tree and the fruits, big fruits were falling with a thud. And Dhenukasura, he was sleeping and he woke up. And he heard the sound. It sounds like somebody has entered into my forest. And I can hear their laughter, I can hear their shout, and I can hear the trees falling. Hey, somebody must be shaking the trees and plundering my fruits. So he just came out, and he could tolerate to see this little boy is collecting the fruits and eating them to the heart's content. And he saw this one boy whose complexion is like milk white. He was shaking the trees. So out of fear, out of anger, he just ran. You know what the donkeys do? They kick with their hind legs. He came and turned around, and he was about to kick Balaram caught hold of his hind legs. And he started to swing him above head. Already Dhenukasura's life left. And Dhenukasura landed on the tal tree. The forest of tal trees was so dense that when one tree fell, it kind of with its pressure, the next tree fell. Like a pack of cards, when it falls and the whole thing falls, so that's what happened. Chain reaction. And then Dhenuka's other friends and relatives came out. And they also attacked, and Balaram and Krishna took care of them. Just holding them, swinging them, and throwing them. By doing that, they killed all the demons. So, yesterday the question came up, the anarthas, the demons being different anarthas. Dhenukasura is the anartha of stupid mentality. Stupid mentality is the donkeys, they're so intelligent that they think that unless they work from 9 to 5, they won't get any food to eat. And what do the donkeys do? They carry a big burden. In the West you don't see donkeys, and there is no need for that also. But in India also nowadays you don't see donkeys doing that. But I remember when I was young, I used to see the washermen used to carry the clothes with the donkeys. And from a distance it would look like two big bundles of cloth, huge. And then they're moving. How they're moving? Because those two bundles of cloth are on the back of a donkey. And the donkey is moving, carrying such a big burden. Why does the donkey carry the burden? Because otherwise donkey thinks that it won't have any food. The master gives him the food at the end of the day, some grass. And just to get a little grass, he is working so hard. But he doesn't see there's so much grass is there for him to eat. But he thinks unless the master gives the grass, he won't get it. So similarly, living entities have a tendency to collect, to work for their maintenance, thinking that unless they work, they won't have their food. And another consideration here is the donkeys are carrying this big load. The big load is what? The load of karmic reactions. We are carrying the big load of karma. And who actually takes care of our donkey mentality? The spiritual master. So Balaram is the original spiritual master. Therefore, Balaram took care of this Dhenukasura or donkey demon. So spiritual master comes and tells us what? Just surrender to Krishna. All that you are doing, offer all the results of your actions. Krishna. Then Krishna will free you from all your unnecessary bondage, unnecessary weight, load that you are carrying. So this is how Krishna and Balaram killed the donkey demon. Then Krishna killed another demon. That's a bull demon. Arishtasura, another associate of Krishna. Kamsa came to kill Krishna and Balaram. So Balaram Krishna, when this bull came, assumed a gigantic form. It was a bull, but it was like a mountain moving. And seeing that bull, everyone became so afraid. So they came and took shelter of Krishna. Then Krishna killed that bull demon. So after killing this bull demon, Arishtasura, Krishna went to meet Srimati Radharani. Then Radharani said, Krishna, please don't touch me. Krishna said, why? What happened? He killed a bull, cow. So you become so sinful due to that. So Krishna said, that's all the demon. Still, he came in the form of a bull. Krishna said, what to do? He said, go take bath in all the holy ponds. Then he said, oh, that's the way to become purified? Fine. So Krishna struck the ground with the heel, and immediately a huge cavity was appeared, and then immediately the place became filled up. And then they saw all these holy places personified. They all are there, they are offering prayers to Krishna. So Radharani's associates, the gopis, they told, look at the feat that Krishna performed, Radhe. Now we have to match that. Otherwise it will be a great disgrace to us. So it's okay, so let's make another pond, better than that one. And so they took their bangles, and with the bangles they started to dig the land, and in no time another pond was created. And that pond was filled with some very special liquid. That is the liquid of Krishna prema. So this is how gopis defeated Krishna. Krishna created Shamkund, and the gopis created Radhakund. One after another demons are being killed. So Kamsa is in great anxiety. He can't sleep at night, there are rings around his eyes, his body became emaciated. He's looking really pathetic. So one day one of Krishna Kamsa's friend came. His name is no. Anyway, that's what happened. I just missed mine. Anyway, the name will come. So Arishtasura, and after Arishtasura, the horse demon. Kesh. Yeah, sorry, thanks. So Keshi came to Kamsa, and Keshi asked Kamsa, what's the matter? Why are you looking like that? Kamsa said, look, all these demons are being killed one after another. My biggest associates, they are being killed against Krishna. This little boy, and he's killing all these demons. They create so much fear in the hearts of the demigods. So I don't know what to do. Then Keshi said, okay, Kamsa, I'm your friend, I'll take care of it. It's just a mere boy. Kamsa said, no, Keshi, this boy is something very, very frightening. All these big demons have been killed. So Keshi said, well, they may have been killed, but Keshi is Keshi. Don't worry, have faith in me. So Kamsa said, Keshi, be careful though. So then Keshi assumed the form of a horse and came to Vrindavan. Seeing this demon, when he was putting his feet, each step was causing the earth tremble, as if an earthquake was taking place. So seeing this demon, all the cowherd boys came running to Krishna. Krishna, see who is coming. So Krishna said, okay, don't worry, I'll take care of him. So you stand behind me. So they all stood behind Krishna, and Krishna was standing in the front. And he took his chadar, tied it up on his waist, and he rolled up his sleeves. No, he didn't have any sleeves actually. He was patting his sides. And Keshi came trying to swallow Krishna. Krishna just stretched his left arm and he put it right into Keshi's mouth. And there was such a terrible heat coming out that Keshi started to pass stool and urine. And then Krishna got hold of Keshi and started to swing him. And then he finally let the Keshi go. Keshi's body went flying all the way from Vrindavan and landed in Mathura in front of Kamsa. Kamsa saw that something fell from the sky. He couldn't figure out what it was. It just landed there, and Kamsa was wondering what actually happened. It looked like, then he found that it was just a lump of flesh mixed with some broken bones. And then he realized this was Keshi's body. And just seeing that, Kamsa, he started to tremble with fear. His hair stood up. Seeing that condition of Kamsa, Vasudeva was there. He could restrain his laughter. Kamsa saw that he was smiling. So Kamsa says, here is my enemy. My distress becomes the source of his delight. So he just pulled out his sword and said, I'm going to kill you. So right at that time, Narad Muni just appeared there. Narad Muni said, look, Kamsa, by killing him, what will you gain? Rather, Krishna's anger will become even more. And so, killing him is not going to solve your problem. You have to kill your real enemy. Your enemy is Krishna, so try to kill Krishna. The question may arise, why Narad Muni is taking side of Kamsa? Actually, Narad Muni, on behalf of the demigods, is trying to accelerate Krishna's arrival. That's why, as I mentioned, due to Narad Muni's advice, Kamsa started to kill the children of Vasudeva and Devaki. So anyway, Kamsa thought that Narad Muni is his friend and well-wisher. So he asked Narad Muni, tell me what to do, all my most powerful associates have been going to kill Krishna, but they all are failing. So Narad Muni then said, see, Kamsa, Your mistake is, when the enemy is too strong, don't send your strength one by one. You gather all your strength and then you attack your enemy. Isn't that the right strategy? When the enemy is strong, then gather all your strength. So he said, how can I gather all my strength? He said, look, we have so many. The Kamsa said, look, most of my strength is not finished. He said, look, you have so many kings as your allies. So get all the kings and ask Krishna to come here, and then you attack Krishna. So that is the way to deal with Krishna. So Kamsa asked, then how can I get all the kings to come? If I tell them that I am afraid of this little boy and that's why I am inviting them to come and attack him, now what will happen to my reputation? Then Narad Muni said, okay, you have this bow, so you make an announcement that whoever can string this bow of Lord Shiva, you will give him half the kingdom. So he performed this Dhanu Yajna, the sacrifice of the bow, and invite everyone. And we invite Krishna also, with Balaram. Kamsa liked the idea. So Kamsa then sent Akrura to bring Krishna, and he sent a message about the Dhanu Yajna, invited all the kings. So all the kings came. And so Akrura went and brought Krishna and Balaram. And all the cowherd people also came through another road. Krishna Balaram came as Kamsa's chief guest. Kamsa himself sent his own chariot with Akrura. So Krishna and Balaram arrived, and in the meantime, all the cowherd people along with the cowherd boys also arrived there. So they said, oh, let's go and see the city. It was in the afternoon. Let's go and have a sightseeing tour. And all the boys said, yeah, let's go. So while they were going, they were village people. They are dressed in an ordinary way. They felt, now we are in a city, so we should dress up properly. So they saw one washerman. He was carrying the clothes of Kamsa after dyeing them. So Krishna and Balaram approached that washerman and said, can you please give us some of your clothes? So we need some dress. And the washerman became very offensive. He said, how dare you speak like that? You know whose clothes are these? These are the king's clothes. And you are a bunch of village people who don't have any culture, don't know any etiquette, dare to have the dress of the kings. And this is how he started to blaspheme Krishna and the cowherd boys. So Krishna simply with his left hand touched his cheek, and his head went flying, severed from his body, and the washerman was dead. So his associates then attacked them, and they also were dead in no time. So then they opened a bag, a pile of clothes, and they selected some clothes and dressed themselves up nicely. Then they saw one flower man making gardens. His name was Sudama. So, seeing Krishna and Balaram, he got so excited. And he said, please come, take these garlands. And he decorated them with all the garlands. Krishna was very pleased, and he said that I will reward you in the most wonderful way in due course of time. Then there was one hunchback lady. They saw they were going. Her name was Kubja. And Kubja was carrying the sandal paste to decorate Kamsa. So Krishna said, my dear beauty, So will you please give us your sandal and decorate us? Then she said, why are you making fun of me? Everybody knows how ugly I am with my hunchback. Why are you calling me like a beauty? Krishna said, no, you are extremely beautiful. Only thing, people don't have the eyes to see. And saying that, Krishna touched her toes with his toes, and he placed his hands under her chin, and he gave a tug. And as a result, her body became straight. And she assumed a very beautiful form. So this is how Krishna placed Kubja. Then they came into the place where the bow was kept. The next day there was going to be the Dhanu Yajna. So Krishna arrived there and he said, I want to see this bow. So the guard said, no, you can't. You have to come there tomorrow with special permission. This area is meant for VVIPs, not meant for village bumpkins like you. And Krishna said, try to speak properly. He said, do you know who we are? God said, we are Kamsa's God. He said, whoever you may be, just with one slap I can finish you off. And they attacked Krishna and Balaram, and Krishna Balaram, truly enough, just took care of them with their bare hands. Just a few slaps here and there, and they were dead. And Krishna then went to the Dhanu, that bow. He said, oh, beautiful bow. And he picked it up. Nobody could pick it up actually. It was so heavy to them. And Krishna very easily strung the bow, and just as Lord Ramchandra broke the bow of Lord Shiva, Krishna broke this bow. And the sound reached Kamsa's palace. What happened? What is that sound? Oh, Krishna broke the bow. Kamsa started to tremble with fear. And then he sent his army, but they all were defeated. Then Krishna Balaram went back to the place where the cowherd people were resting that night. That night, everyone was fast asleep. Two persons couldn't sleep. One is Kamsa and the other is Nanda Maharaj. Kamsa couldn't sleep that night because of his intense anxiety that tomorrow morning will be the D-Day. And he was in such anxiety that tomorrow morning Krishna and Balaram will come again to face them. And Nanda Maharaj couldn't sleep because he was in anxiety that now they are in Kamsa's kingdom, and if at night they attack, what will they do? They'll be so vulnerable here. Anyway, so in the morning Krishna and Balaram got up, dressed up after taking bath. Then they went to Kamsa's palace. At the doorway, at the gateway, there was this terrible elephant called Kubalaya Pira. Kubalaya Pira had the strength of 10,000 elephants, 10,000 mad elephants. One elephant had that strength. So Kamsa made arrangement that when Krishna and Balaram would come, this elephant would trample them. So the elephant trainer was guarding the door with the elephant. So Krishna Balaram came, said, please let us go in. He said, no, we won't let you in. Krishna said, look, we have been invited to attend this ceremony. And so first some verbal bout took place. And then the trainer of the elephant charged the elephant to Krishna. Krishna at first did not do anything. He just went under the elephant's belly. And the elephant couldn't find Krishna, so he just kept on swinging, whirling. So then Krishna came out, and then the elephant attacked, and Krishna just caught the elephant by his trunk and pulled it, and the elephant slipped and fell on the ground. So this way, for some time, the elephant fought with Krishna. And then finally, Krishna just caught hold of that elephant by the trunk, pulled it on the ground, dragged it on the ground, and then he jumped onto the elephant's head, pulled out its trunk, the tusk. And with the tusk, Krishna started to beat the elephant. And the elephant was dead. So the two tusks, Krishna took one and Balaram took the other. And as like trophies, they walked into the arena. Their face was decorated with sandalwood paste and also like red blood of the elephant sprinkled on their body. They look beautiful. So they arrived there, and then it was announced that Krishna and Balaram would fight with Chanur and Mushtik, two terrible demons, wrestlers. So everyone started to protest. How can these two little boys fight with these two giants? Wrestling takes place between the equals. So what kind of match is this? A giant against a child? So, but it was said that these children are not ordinary children. Look what they have done. Just a little while ago, they killed this elephant. They killed all big demons. So now we want to see the real wrestling bout, wrestling competition, because Chanur and Mushtik is their real match. Anyway, so Chanur and Mushtik attacked Krishna and Balaram. And after a little fight, Krishna killed Chanur and Balaram killed Mushtik. Then their other brothers came out, Shal, Toshal, and they attacked, and one after another, they all were killed. Then Kamsa, who was on the dais, on the platform, high platform, he just stood up and he ordered that kill these boys. Arrest them and kill them. At that time, Krishna just jumped onto the dais, got hold of Kamsa by his hair, jumped from that height with Kamsa, came into the arena, and just started to hit him. Just by hitting him with bare fists, Krishna killed Kamsa. Then Kamsa's other brothers came to counter, to attack, and they also were killed. Then Krishna went to the prison, released Vasudeva and Devaki, Ugrasen, Kamsa's father, who was the king, but Kamsa arrested him and kept him in the prison and became the king himself. So this is how Krishna reinstated Ugrasen in the kingdom. The news reached Jarasandha. Jarasandha was Kamsa's father-in-law. Jarasandha had two daughters, Tushti and Prapti. And they went to their father and reported that this Krishna has killed Kamsa. So Jarasandha said, okay, I'll take care of this king, Krishna, take revenge for killing my son-in-law and making my daughter's widow. So Jarasandha attacked Mathura with 21 Akshauhini soldiers. 26 Akshauhini soldiers. Now mind you, the battle of Kurukshetra was fought with 18 Akshauhini. 7 were Pandava's side and 11 was Kaurava's side. Now Jarasandha came with 26 Akshauhini soldiers and attacked. But Krishna and Balaram, just 2 of them wiped out their 26 Akshauhini soldiers. Only Jarasandha's life was spared. So Jarasandha went back to his kingdom, raised another 26 Akshauhini and attacked. And again Krishna and Balaram killed. In this way 17 times Jarasandha attacked and 17 times he was killed. His army was destroyed. Now it has been said, why Krishna didn't kill Jarasandha? Why Krishna allowed Jarasandha to attack for so many times? The answer is, Jarasandha was Krishna's recruiting agent. Krishna came to kill the demons. So Jarasandha was collecting all the demons and bring them to Krishna for Krishna to wipe them out. So finally, due to Jarasandha's attacks, Krishna shifted the capital from Mathura to Dwarka. Especially when there was a joint attack. 18 times the attack was, Jarasandha came from one side and Kalajavana came from another side. So they joint attack. So Krishna felt that the residents of Mathura may be in distress. So overnight he created a city. Vishwamitra was ordered to create a city in the middle of the ocean, and that was Dwarka, and overnight they all were transported there. So when first Kalajavana came to attack, and Krishna just went there, no weapon, nothing. And seeing Krishna without any weapon, Kalajavana also dropped his weapon. He thought that he would fight with Krishna behind, because that is the norm of the Kshatriyas. Like if the enemy is unarmed, then the other opponent would drop his arms and fight hand to hand. So he thought that Krishna was coming to fight with him. So he also prepared. But then he saw that Krishna just started to walk past him. So Kalajavana thought that he will catch Krishna. And Krishna was walking and Kalajavana was running to the best of his ability. But still he could catch Krishna. So then this way, Krishna was walking, Kalajavana was chasing him. He could catch him. Then he came into one cave. Krishna entered into the cave. Kalajavana thought maybe now Krishna is afraid and he is hiding. So he also walked into the cave. In the cave there was this king called Muchukunda. Muchukunda also was fighting on behalf of the demigods against the demons. And after that, then he was the general of the demigod side. And then Kartikeya was born as their general, so they told him to retire. So Muchukunda, after fighting for so many years, he was very tired. So when the demigods wanted to give him some benediction, tell me what you want. Muchukunda said, all I want is to sleep. And I want to sleep uninterrupted until my exhaustion is completely exhausted from my body. And if anybody wakes me up untimely, and as I open my eyes and look at him, he'll be burnt to ashes. So Krishna knew that. Krishna knows everything. So Krishna walked into the cave where Muchukunda was sleeping. So Kalajavana came and thinking that in the darkness, semi-darkness, he couldn't see, he saw that somebody was lying and he just kicked him, thinking that this was Krishna. And Muchukunda woke up. And Muchukunda just looked at him. And you know what happened. Kalajavana was burned to ashes. Then Jarasandha attacked. And Krishna left the battlefield. Therefore Krishna is known as Raju, the one who ran away from the battlefield. And Krishna went to that mountain. And Jarasandha thought that now Krishna is hiding in the mountain. So he tried to look for him, couldn't find him. So then he surrounded the mountain and set it on fire, thinking that Krishna and Balaram will get burnt. But Krishna and Balaram went on top of the mountain and jumped from the mountain onto the ocean, and then they arrived in Dwarka. So this is how Krishna foiled the 18th attack of Jarasandha. But Jarasandha thought Krishna ran away out of fear. After being defeated 17 times, now he is feeling proud. Oh, Krishna ran away from the battlefield. Anyway, so this is how Krishna performed his Vrindavan Leela, and then Krishna came to Mathura and his Dwarka Leela. Incidentally, Krishna and Balaram, soon after killing Kamsa, when Ugrasen was reinstated as the king of the kingdom of Mathura, then they considered that these are Kshatriya boys, but they didn't get any education. They were spending their time in the forest of Vrindavan tending cows, so they need some education. So Krishna and Balaram were sent to the ashram of Sandipani Muni. And where is Sandipani Muni's ashram? In Avanti, which is known as Ujjain. So Sandipani trained Krishna and Balaram for 64 days. Krishna and Balaram stayed there for 64 days, and in these 64 days they mastered 64 arts. That is Krishna and Balaram. To master one subject, how much time does one take? 12 plus 6 at least, 18 years to master one subject. And Krishna Balaram mastered 64 subjects in 64 days. And then Krishna got married. The first queen is Rukmini. Rukmini was the daughter of King Bhishma in the province of Vidarbha. She was extremely beautiful. This princess, the beautiful princess, used to have their reputation spread so wide that kings and princes used to come from distant places trying to win their hands. So that arrangement was made. All different kings were invited. But Rukmini's brother, Rukmi, wanted Rukmini to get married to his friend, Shishupala. But Rukmini fell in love with Krishna. You know how Rukmini fell in love with Krishna? One day, Bhishmaka, father, was asking Narad Muni. Narad Muni came to the house, to the palace, and he was asking Narad Muni, you travel around everywhere. So now daughter has become of marriageable age. So can you please tell me who is a suitable husband for this daughter of mine? So Narad Muni said, the most suitable person for your daughter is Krishna. And he started to describe about Krishna. Krishna's beauty, Krishna's strength, Krishna's opulence, Krishna's fame, Krishna's knowledge, Krishna's renunciation. So just by hearing about Krishna, Rukmini, even without seeing him, fell in love with him. So when her brother was making arrangements for her to get married to Shishupal, so she became very, very heartbroken because she has given her heart to Krishna already. So she sent a Brahmana with a message to Krishna. The sum and substance of the message was, I have fallen in love with you. I have given my heart to you, and in my heart there is only one person there. You are occupying my entire heart, and without you I can't think of accepting anybody else. So please come and claim me. So just upon hearing, reading that letter, receiving that letter, Krishna set out. And he came, and anyway, so when the arrangement was going on, and before the wedding, like it was a Sayamvara, that is, the girl is meant to select her husband, she went to the temple of Durga. And when she was going to the temple, Krishna came and kidnapped her. Mind you, all these kings that assembled there, they attacked Krishna. Krishna single-handedly fought with them, defeated them. Then finally, Rukmini's brother, he was very upset that cowherd boy, who was very expert in stealing butter and stealing the clothes of the gopis, now dares to steal my sister. So I'll teach him a lesson. Thinking that, he came to attack Krishna, and he promised that unless and until I return with my sister defeating him, I will come back to my kingdom. So a fight ensued and Krishna defeated Rukmini. He was about to kill him. But Rukmini said, please spare his life. This is an auspicious occasion that I am going to become yours. So don't bring any inauspiciousness. So Krishna said, fine. But in order to humiliate him, he shaved him up, half his head. That was the worst disgrace. That means instead of cutting his head, he shaved his head, which was actually as good as cutting his head. So Rukmini didn't go back to his kingdom. And anyway, so this is how Krishna got married to Rukmini. Then he got married to other 7 principal queens, and then he rescued 16,000 princesses from Narakasura's captivity. And then when they were released, they said, Krishna, who will marry us? Because our reputation has been smeared. We have been kidnapped by this demon. So no one will marry us. So you please marry us. And Krishna said, fine. So this is how Krishna got married to 16,000 princesses. So this is how wonderfully Krishna performed his pastimes. First in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, Krishna's pastimes has 3 aspects. Kaumar Lila, up to the age of 5. Then 5 onwards to 10 is Bhoganda Lila. And then 11 to 15 is Koishor Lila. Kaumar, Bhoganda and Koishor Lila. Then after that, Krishna came to Mathura, killed Kamsa, and reinstated Ugrasen, and then he depicted another pastime, and then finally he shifted his kingdom to Dwarka, and that was Dwarka Lila. Vrindavan Lila, Mathura Lila, Dwarka Lila. And so the 10th canto describes all these wonderful pastimes of Krishna in 90 different chapters. Thank you all very much.